everybody, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm just going to be doing a quick get ready with me, and I'm going to be talking about some new products that I've discovered that I wanted to share with you. The first thing I want to talk about is the very first product that I'm going to use, and it's from Beauty Blender, and it's called the Selfie Shield Broad Spectrum SPF 38 Dry Oil Primer. So this is an oil, as you can probably tell, it's very liquidy, and it has SPF 38 in it, and it goes on under your makeup like a primer. Now, is it a true primer in the sense that it's going to make your makeup go on more smoothly? Is it going to fill in pores and fine lines and stuff like that? No. But it is a moisturizer. It's very, very smooth and creamy. Creamy, that's not the right word. It goes on very smoothly and very nicely. And it has, like I said, SPF 38 in it, which is wonderful because I am one, I know I need to use SPF, and we all need to use SPF every single day, and I'm well aware of that. But I have not found anything that I actually like putting on underneath my makeup until now. This is nice because it doesn't smell like sunscreen. It doesn't feel like it's adding an extra layer of product under your makeup. It's just a nice oil that is moisturizing and sinks in. So I'm so happy to have found that. If there are any other products like that, let me know, because I would love to find something similar to this. Now, Beauty Blender came out with 3 other foundations. I'm going to be shaking up my foundation here, getting that ready, mixing it up. I'm sorry, Beauty Blender came out with 3 other primers, and one of them is more blurring and pore filling. I don't remember what the other 2 are, but this is the one that I went for. And it's so funny, I went to Sephora to get it because that's the only place you can get it, and they were sold out of it, and she said this is the one that everybody wants. So apparently it's very popular. Although it's funny, you know, on YouTube you see the people reviewing and talking about it. They're not talking about that one, they're talking about the one that's more pore filling. They're not talking about the one with all the SPF, but what are people buying? Apparently the one with the SPF, because they had plenty of, they had them in like 3 rows, and there were plenty of the others in stock, but not this one. So that's what people want, and I think it's a great idea, and I really enjoy it. So, and anything that's going to add an extra layer of moisture to my dry skin, that's a win in my book. So, okay, I'm just mixing up my foundation here, sorry. Right now I'm a little bit pale, and my Lancome needs some help, so I'm mixing in my Tint Idole foundation with some of the NYX foundation mixer in white. So what I do is I just put it on my little palette here. I have a little metal palette, and I just mix them up with this little spatula came with the palette. So I just mix it up on here, and then we'll start applying. So I washed my beauty sponge today. Yay. How many of you put that off as much as I do? Oh my goodness. I know. It needs to be done more often, and it's not that big of a deal. And when it is done, it's so satisfying when you have a nice clean sponge. But I don't know. I use laundry soap, actually. I don't use anything expensive. I think the huge bar of laundry soap was like $1, and it works great to clean it. So you don't have to have anything really crazy expensive to clean your beauty sponges. You can just use what you have around the house, or, and like I did, just invest $1 in the big bar of laundry soap, and that will work beautifully. So I don't normally put my foundation on first, but the eye look that I'm going to be doing, I know that these shadows aren't going to, you know, get all over my under eyes or anything, so I decided to just go ahead. Also, the sponge that I'm using is still my favorite sponge. It is from the Shop Miss A website. It's the Paw Paw Wonder Blending Sponge or something like that. This sponge is $1.55, guys. $1.55. And it's very, very soft, very fluffy. Works just as well as any other sponge I've ever tried. A normal beauty blender is $20. That's $1.55. I can buy almost 20 of them for the same price. That's what I'm doing. So that's another reason I don't feel guilty about not washing those sponges. I can just toss them if I really get lazy. So I'm going to move on to the eyes, because I want to show you an eyeliner that I have recently discovered that I'm in love with. But first, let me put the eyeshadow on. I'm going to start with my Milani eyeshadow primer. I was going to pick up the Urban Decay primer when it was on sale in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. It was 50% off. Would have brought it down to about $10. But I decided against it because even at $10, it's more expensive than my Milani primer here. And this does just as good of a job, so there's no point. So I saved myself. I consider that saving myself some money. I don't know, maybe not really. Anyway, I'm also going to go ahead and set that. Whoops, just a second. Sorry, I didn't have my brush with me. I'm going to set that with some powder. Another thing that I picked up on the 21 Days of Beauty sale is the Bare Minerals powder. It's called the Mineral Veil. Bare Minerals Mineral Veil powder. And I did not mention this in my 21 Days of Beauty video because I thought when I saw it that it was the actual Bare Minerals foundation. And that is something that I can't recommend to anyone with any texture on their skin whatsoever. Unless you have oily skin. If you have oily skin, it might work for you. But that powder foundation is really just difficult to work with if you have any wrinkles or any texture to your skin. It just doesn't look pretty, and it takes tons and tons of blending. It's a lot more work than a regular liquid foundation. So I've tried it. I really wanted to make it work, but I just couldn't make it work. It just didn't work for me. Now, if it works for you, great. That's, everybody's different, and we all have different skin and different texture and different likes and dislikes, and that's fine. But anyway, when I saw it on the 21 Days of Beauty, the packaging is exactly the same as the foundation, as the powder foundation. So I assumed that's what it was. And like I said, I was wrong. It was the actual loose powder, and it's a very nice powder. It's very finely milled. It goes on very smoothly. It doesn't add a ton of color. Actually, I don't think it adds any color really to your skin, but it's mattifying, and it's great for under eyeshadows and things like that because it is so finely milled. It doesn't clump up. It makes just a very sheer light covering on the skin. So it was very nice, and I apologize for not mentioning that. As I said, I misread it and got that wrong, so I'm so sorry about that. But for, there's tons of powders out there that will do the job that are much less expensive than that. It's just that it was 50% off, so I decided to go ahead and give it a shot and try it, and I ended up liking it pretty well. Alright, so just putting down, this is a very neutral eye look, as you can see. And what I'm doing here, I'm doing something very neutral because I want to show you these eyeliners that I got that are very colorful, and just to show you how you can add just a tiny bit of color to your look, to add a little bit of interest, a little bit of fun, and not look too crazy. I did the review of the ColourPop Just My Luck palette, which was all green, and that's probably too much color for a lot of people. I get that. So I just wanted to show you another way that if you want to incorporate a little color, if you want to have a little fun, this is something that you can do, and it's a product that I recommend. So above my crease, I used this shade from Urban Decay. It's called Laced. And then in my crease, I used this shade from Sydney Grace called Cool Brown, and that's exactly what it is. It's a nice cool brown. And then on my lid, I'm going to use a shimmer from The Balm, and it's just shade number 4. I don't think it has a name. I think it's just the number 4. I like this shimmer because it doesn't have a lot of glitter in it. So it's just a very subtle sheen on the lids. It's nothing, too extraordinary, but it's very pretty, and I think it just adds a little bit of brightness to the look, which I like. All right, so that was easy peasy. 1, 2, 3, that's done. Now I'm going to show you the eyeliners that I was talking about. So these are from NYX, and it's the Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a turn on waterproof extreme shine eyeliner. Okay, that's a lot, but anyway, this is what it looks like. This is the shade Azure. I also got this shade, yeah, I can't read it. It's a bronzy color. I'll put the actual color up there, but this is the bronzy color. And then I also picked up a purple color. Now today I'm going to use the Azure. What I like about these is they are very creamy and easy to apply. They remind me very much of the Urban Decay 24/7 eye pencils, which are $21 a piece, and I think this one was $7. So big difference in the price there. And even with my wrinkly lids, these are really, really easy to put on. So just really have been enjoying it. And as you can see, I mean, the color's definitely there, but because I'm doing such a neutral eye look, and because this is just going on my upper lash line, it'll be kind of hidden by my mascara. So it's just a very subtle way. Oh, I messed that up. It's a very subtle way to add some color to your look without going too crazy. Nobody's going to say, you know, oh, she's got blue all over her lids or anything like that. It's just very subtle and very pretty. And it does have some shimmer to it, but I think that's what helps it glide on a little bit easier. I think if it were a matte color, it probably wouldn't glide as nicely as it does. So, and they do have mattes, but I kind of went for the sparkly shades. And I'm not doing a wing or anything like that. I'm just, you know, lining the upper lash line more than anything. So let me show you the color here on my hand. So this is Azure. Yeah, there it goes, sorry. That's Azure. This is the purple color. It hasn't, it's not just purple, it has another name, but I can't remember what it is. See how just nice and easy that just goes on. And then this is the bronze. So if you don't want to do a lot of color, you can do something like this bronze. Although, I mean, it still is a color, but definitely not a pastel like the other two. So very pretty. They go on very nicely, and I really recommend them. They stay on quite well, as the name implies. Glide on, stay on, whatever. So really enjoying this. Okay, I'm going to do my mascara, and I'll be back. So I'm back. I went ahead and put my mascara on my upper and lower lashes. I also added concealer, and then I've smoked out the lower lash line with a little bit of that Sydney Grace Cool Brown shade. So let me get up a little bit closer and see, can you see the eyeliner? I hope you can. It just gives a little hint, a little pop of color on your upper eyelashes, and I don't know, I think it's really pretty and very subtle and lots of fun. All right, one more product I want to talk about, and this is a cream blush from Flower Beauty. So this is the Blush Bomb, and I picked up two shades. This one is called Pinched, and this one is called Nectar. So the Nectar is a little bit more orangey peachy, whereas Pinched is a little more neutral to pink side. And I have never used cream blushes before, but I was really intrigued. I've heard a lot of people talking about them. So I thought, you know, with my dry skin, maybe a cream blush would work really nicely, and it does. This is really, really pretty. So, oops, wrong one. I'm going to use Pinched today. And so how I apply this, I've tried several ways, and this seems to work the best for me. So what I'm going to do is just squirt a little dab onto my palette here, just like that. And then I'm going to take a beauty sponge, and this is not the one I used for my face. This is a Real Technique sponge, and I'm going to apply it with the sponge. So you just get a little bit on your sponge, and it does take a little practice because you don't want too much on here. If you get too much on here, you're going to get too much on your cheek, and you know, so on and so on. So what I do is just, you know, kind of dab it in a bit, And then remember what I said my last couple of videos, that wherever you put your sponge or your brush first is where you're going to get the most product. So think about where you want the most concentration. Do you want it toward the front of your cheek, toward the middle, toward the back? You know, that's totally up to you. So I kind of start in the front and just start dabbing it on with my sponge. And I may have waited too long. It may have soaked in a little bit. But that's all right. I can always add more if I need it. And it just gives this beautiful, natural flush to your skin, as a blush should do, but it's a little bit glowy. And to me, it really seems to just blend right in with your foundation seamlessly, and it's just so pretty. It does add a glow. It's not matte for sure. So if you're one who likes everything nice and matte, this is probably not going to be something you're going to enjoy. But I really like it, just for a change of pace. You can also, I've seen people apply it with their fingers. I've seen people apply it with a brush. I've tried it both ways. It seems like when I do my fingers, I get it everywhere. And it's not, it's definitely not what I intended my blush to look like when I use my fingers. I don't know why. So anyway, the sponge seems to work the best for me. Just like I said, don't use the same sponge that you're using for your foundation, because you'll go in tomorrow with your foundation and you'll end up with pink all over your face, or whatever color you choose. Well, these are really, really nice. There's a company out there called Glossier that has something they call cloud paints, and they're very expensive, and a lot of people compare these blush bombs to those cloud paints. And these were on sale at Ulta a couple of weeks ago. I think I got them for like $7, but I think they're only normally like $8.50 or something, so they're not very expensive. And you're getting a lot of product in there. If you think about the teeny tiny amount that I used, you know, it's going to last forever. So that's a great price, I think. So there, blush is on. I think that's so pretty, and I love just the natural flush that it gives to my cheeks. Really enjoying that. I never thought I would be a cream blush kind of gal, but I think I'm being converted because I really like it. So the last step I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some lip gloss, and this is something that I picked up at the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. This is from Buxom. It's the full-on lip cream, and I got the shade Moscow Mule, and it's a pretty coppery color, which may not go with my eye look so well, but I'm going to wear it anyway because it's so, so pretty. It has a plumping effect. It doesn't taste like mint like the ones from ColourPop do. This is just a tingling kind of sensation you'll get on your lips. It's a nice sheer color. It's not sticky, and it's nice and comfortable. Oh, here comes the tingle. And when I say tingle, it's not unpleasant. It just feels like something's going on your lips. Now, is it really plumping? Is it making that much difference? I don't know. I kind of doubt it, honestly. I got it more just because it's just so pretty, and it feels so nice on the lips. And for a lip gloss, it's pretty long lasting too. Oops. I can get really careless with lip gloss because I think, oh, it's just a gloss, no big deal if it gets everywhere, and yeah, and then it gets everywhere. That's a mess. But anyway, so that is the Buxom Full-On Plumping Lip Gloss in Moscow Mule. Anyway, so that's my quick get ready with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below and consider subscribing to my channel. I try to upload videos once a week, although I am interviewing for a job later this afternoon. So if that comes through, I may be drastically reducing the amount of videos that I can do. Not that I was doing a ton anyway. If you like to keep up with my infrequent uploads, what you can do is click the little notification bell, and that will let you know when I have uploaded a video, so you don't have to keep checking and see, you know, has Christy done anything lately, or is she just too busy with that new job of hers? So anyway, let's hope I get the job. We'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.